Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden machinery of social media. We aren't going to be talking about viral dance trends or funny memes. Instead, we're diving into exactly how algorithms are systematically engineered to hijack your brain. And trust me, once you see the invisible architecture behind these systems, you literally cannot unsee it. It sounds a little bold, right? But it's the absolute truth. You didn't choose what you watched last night. The algorithm did. And the crazy reality is, it knew exactly what to show you before you even picked up your phone. Just think about this for a second. Right now, over 3 billion people across the globe are staring at their screens. But they aren't fully in control of that experience. Their attention is being actively guided by a set of invisible instructions running on remote servers thousands of miles away in places like California and Beijing. Section 1. The machine reading your mind. How algorithms build a model of who you really are. So, the core technology driving all of this is something called effective computing. At its heart, a social media algorithm is basically just a highly sophisticated recommendation engine. It monitors every single pause you make, your scroll speed, every time you replay a video. Why? To accurately trigger your emotional responses so you stay hyper-engaged with the platform. And the sheer scale and aggressiveness of this tracking, it's honestly staggering. Instagram is tracking over 50 unique signals for every single video you watch. But TikTok takes it to another level. It actually updates your interest profile every single second. If you pause your scroll on a heartbreak video at 2 a.m., the algorithm instantly updates your profile to serve you more of that exact emotional trigger because it knows that specific emotion keeps you hooked. Because ultimately, the algorithm doesn't care what you feel. It only cares that you feel something. As the leaked 2021 documents, known as the Facebook files, showed, these platforms knew perfectly well that angry, divisive content got more clicks. And more clicks directly drove up ad revenue. At the end of the day, engagement is the single metric that matters to the machine. Moving on to Section 2, dopamine, the digital drug, the science of the slot machine in your pocket. Okay, so there is a massive difference between natural dopamine, which your brain naturally releases in anticipation of a biological reward, like, say, eating a delicious apple, and the digital equivalent. Pulling your thumb down to refresh your social media feed exactly mimics pulling the lever on a casino slot machine. You have no idea if you're going to get 3 likes, 300 likes, or just a random video of your aunt's cat. This unpredictability perfectly exploits what former Facebook president Sean Parker famously called a deliberate social validation feedback loop back in 2017. And we really need to understand that none of this was an accident. Ozzy Raskin, the actual designer who invented the infinite scroll, that feature that ensures your feed literally never ends, has come out and publicly stated how deeply he regrets creating it, fully knowing the psychological toll it's taken on us. Raskin estimates that this one specific, intentional design choice causes roughly 200,000 extra hours of scrolling per day globally. The main takeaway here? This addiction isn't just some unfortunate side effect. The addiction is the product. And the real-life consequences of this design are pretty alarming. Fast forward to 2026, and we are averaging 7 hours of screen time daily. A massive 2023 study published in the journal Nature linked this kind of heavy usage to substance-like dopamine dysregulation. It alters the brain so much that it actually prompted urgent warnings from the US Surgeon General, specifically regarding the severe dangers to developing youth brains. Which brings us to Section 3, fake virality and AI floods, the billion-dollar illusion of popularity. So when something goes viral online, you have to ask, is it actually real, or is it completely manufactured? Well, the answer often lies in the fake engagement industry, which is now worth an astonishing $1.3 billion annually. It's evolved so fast from the old days of manual click farms, where warehouses of people just tapped hundreds of phones on racks, into something entirely automated and incredibly sophisticated. Stanford researchers actually looked into this, and they found that on some trending topics on X, up to 30% of that crucial early engagement came from highly sophisticated AI bot farms. These bots flawlessly simulate human behavior. They vary their scroll speeds, they leave natural-sounding comments. This early fake engagement completely tricks the algorithm into artificially manufacturing real virality. Now, throw AI content generation into the mix, and you can see the recipe for a massive crisis. We are officially living through a content flood. By 2025, AI could generate a fully optimized 10-minute YouTube video in under 4 minutes. And by 2026, Entire channels were discovered publishing thousands of videos without a single human creator involved. The platforms are just completely overwhelmed. And here is the really tricky part. Algorithms cannot measure truth or authenticity. They only measure engagement. So a 2025 Reuters study found a terrifying statistic. Emotionally charged AI misinformation gets shared 3 times more often than actual verified news corrections. Truth is literally structurally disadvantaged in this ecosystem. Let's zoom out a bit for Section 4. Attention as a weapon, geopolitics in your feed. Right now, there are 170 million American users actively on TikTok, an app owned by the Chinese company ByteDance. What makes this significant on a global geopolitical scale is that the algorithm dictating exactly what those 170 million people see operates as a complete black box. It is totally hidden from any independent auditors or outside oversight. Because of this, intelligence agencies across the US, UK, and Europe have issued severe objective warnings. They note that an adversarial government wouldn't even need to use obvious, loud propaganda anymore. Instead, they could weaponize human attention through subtle algorithmic curation, quietly amplifying divisive content, suppressing specific viewpoints, and ultimately shaping public opinion to weaken social cohesion. In this landscape, attention equals power.
Okay, time for some good news in Section 5. Reclaiming your digital mind, systemic and personal solutions for 2026.
Look, systemic problems require systemic solutions, right? In 2026, we are seeing 4 distinct paths forward to build our defense. First up, algorithmic transparency laws, like the EU's Digital Services Act. Second, platforms are starting to offer chronological, non-algorithmic feed options. Third, we're seeing the introduction of usage design friction. Think mandatory scroll breaks and hidden light counts. And fourth, following Finland's incredible model of introducing algorithmic media literacy directly into school curriculums. But on a personal level, as an intentional consumer, you have got to burn this simple equation into your mind. Engagement does not equal well-being. Your feed is essentially a funhouse mirror, explicitly designed to maximize the time you spend on an app. You have to treat it with that exact understanding every time you log on. Algorithms already shape our future, our culture, and our reality. So I want to leave you with this one provocative question to share and discuss with others. If we don't want corporate shareholders unilaterally deciding our reality by optimizing purely for engagement, who should dictate what we optimize for? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.